High in the mountains, a young shepherd named Taro tended his flock. He yearned for something more, a deeper understanding of life. He had heard whispers of a Zen master who lived in a secluded cave, a beacon of wisdom and peace. Taro decided to seek his guidance. He left his flock in the care of his brother and embarked on a journey to find the master. The journey was long and arduous. Taro climbed steep paths and crossed rushing streams. He slept under the open sky, his heart filled with hope and anticipation. Finally, he reached the master's cave. He bowed low, his heart filled with reverence. "Master," he said, "I seek your wisdom. I long for peace and understanding." The Zen master smiled kindly at Taro. His eyes held a deep and ancient wisdom. "Peace and understanding come from within," he said calmly. "They are not found in books or teachings. They are discovered through the practice of meditation." Taro was eager to learn. He asked the master to teach him the way of meditation. The master nodded slowly. "The path of meditation is not easy," he cautioned. "It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to face your own mind." Taro was undeterred. "I am ready, master," he declared. "I will devote myself to this practice." The master smiled gently. "Very well," he said. "Sit on this rock and observe your thoughts. Do not judge them. Simply observe them as they arise and pass away. This is the first step." Taro sat on the rock, closed his eyes, and tried to focus. His mind, however, was a whirlwind of thoughts. He thought about his flock, his family, his hopes, and his fears. These thoughts seemed to multiply and swirl around him, pulling him in every direction. Frustrated, Taro opened his eyes. "Master," he said, "my mind is like a wild horse. How can I possibly tame it?" The master listened patiently. "Do not be discouraged," he replied calmly. "The nature of the mind is to think. Simply observe these thoughts. Notice how they come and go like clouds in the sky. Do not cling to them. Do not push them away. Just observe." Taro bowed and closed his eyes once more. He tried to follow the master's instructions. He imagined his thoughts as clouds drifting across the vast expanse of his mind. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Taro remained on the mountain, meditating day and night. He faced countless challenges, moments of doubt and waves of frustration. Yet he persevered. He remembered the master's words and continued to observe his thoughts with patience and detachment. Slowly, gradually, a sense of stillness began to emerge within him. 10 years passed. One day the master summoned his disciples. They gathered before him, their faces filled with reverence. "The time has come for me to choose my successor," the master announced. The disciples were surprised. They had assumed that the master's senior student would be chosen. He had been with the master the longest and was known for his knowledge of scriptures. Section 5. The Unexpected Successor. The master's gaze swept over the assembled disciples. His eyes came to rest on Taro. "Taro," he said, "you will be my successor." A gasp went through the crowd. Some disciples whispered amongst themselves, questioning the master's decision. Taro himself was taken aback. He bowed deeply. "Master," he stammered, "I am not worthy of such an honor." The master smiled. "You have shown great diligence and perseverance in your practice," he said. "You have learned the true meaning of meditation, and it is time for you to share this wisdom with others." Taro was humbled by the master's words. He accepted the responsibility with a grateful heart. He knew that he had much to learn, but he was ready to embrace this new chapter in his life. Section 6. The Shepherd's Enlightenment. The disciples were curious. "Master," one of them asked, "Taro has never studied the scriptures as diligently as some of us. What makes him the best choice?" The master's eyes twinkled with wisdom. "Taro has mastered the most important lesson of all," he explained. "He has learned to quiet his mind and observe his thoughts without judgment. True wisdom does not come from books. It arises from within through the practice of meditation." The other disciples were still puzzled. They had spent years memorizing texts and debating philosophy. They had assumed that knowledge and understanding were acquired through intellectual pursuit. Taro, on the other hand, had spent his time in silent contemplation. How could this simple shepherd possess the wisdom to be the master's successor? Section 7. Tranquility found, wisdom shared. The master continued, "Taro understands that true peace comes from within. By calming the storms of the mind, he has found the stillness that lies at the heart of all beings. This stillness is the source of true wisdom, compassion, and joy. The disciples listened intently, their hearts beginning to understand. They had sought wisdom in words and concepts, while Taro had discovered it in the silence of his own being. From that day forward, Taro shared the wisdom he had gained through meditation with his fellow disciples and all who sought his guidance. He taught them to observe their thoughts without judgment, to find peace in the present moment, and to cultivate compassion for themselves and others. His teachings were simple yet profound, and they touched the hearts of all who listened. Section 8. The Power of Focus. Taro's journey teaches us the importance of focus and discipline in our own lives. Just as Taro dedicated himself to his meditation practice, we too must cultivate a sense of purpose and commitment in our endeavors. Whether pursuing our passions, learning new skills, or developing our character, consistent effort is key to growth and fulfillment. Just as a gardener tends to their plants with care and attention, we must nurture our aspirations with dedication and resolve. By setting aside time for focused effort, we create the conditions for our dreams to blossom and our potential to unfold. Section 9. Patience in Practice. Taro's story also highlights the importance of patience. Enlightenment did not come to him overnight. It was the result of years of dedicated practice, facing his thoughts and emotions with unwavering patience. Similarly, we must approach our own journeys with patience and understanding. Progress may be gradual and setbacks are inevitable. However, it is through these challenges that we learn and grow. Every obstacle overcome strengthens our resolve and brings us closer to our goals. By embracing patience as our companion, we can navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. Section 10. The Journey Within. Taro's journey to enlightenment is a reminder that true wisdom and peace are found within. It is not something that can be given or taken away. It is a state of being that is cultivated through self-awareness, mindfulness, and compassion. By turning our attention inwards, we begin to understand the workings of our own minds. We observe our thoughts, emotions, and patterns without judgment, developing a deeper understanding of ourselves. This inner journey of self-discovery is the foundation for living a more authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Section 11. The Essence of Concentration. As the great spiritual leader Vivekananda once said, "The powers of the mind are like rays of the sun. When they are concentrated, they illumine." By cultivating focus, discipline, and patience, we too can harness the immense power of our minds and unlock our true potential. The journey begins within, one breath, one thought, one moment of awareness at a time. Let us embark on this journey of self-discovery with courage, determination, and an open heart, knowing that true peace, wisdom, and happiness lie within our grasp.